So we now go to our sixth and final heat. It is Junior Rotax. Heat 6, B versus C, race 15 out of 18. Let's have a look at your starting grid. From pole position, it's going to be Matej Radenkovic and Armand Hamilton on the front row. Lucas L and Borlouet will be on row number 2, followed by Julian Kovacevic and Thomas Ingram Hill on row 3. Matthias Jellerup and Theo Palmer round out row 4. Dave Stevens and Archie Clark will complete the top 10, followed by Noah Janssen, Hamza Al-Fayez, Ollie Wise, August Reber, Cameron Nelson, Laura Bubinova, Casper Nissen, Sky Parker, Matthew Sormetre, and Joshua Graham, who has had to fight tooth and nail through every single race so far today. So far, Matej Radenkovic did win heat number 4, but he's only won 1 heat. If he does well in this second one, if he takes another victory, that will put him alongside Casper Schurman's on the front row by my provisional calculations. We've yet to have all the rankings after the heats decided because we still have the final 2 heats for Senior Rotax and also the final race for DD2 and DD2 Masters. So could we have a fourth different race winner in 6 heats today? Well, in about 9 minutes' time, we are going to have that question answered for us. So Radenkovic and Hamilton will be on the front row. They will control the rolling start pace as we get ready, get steel to go into battle for 7 minutes, plus an additional lap. The final time here on Heat Day for Junior Rotax. Who will take the victory? As they now make their way through into the flat-out chicane, over the slight crest. They split. They head into the tram lines. Are we ready? Are we steady? The final Junior Rotax heat goes underway. First time of asking. Oh, and someone gets bumped wide. That was Hamza Al-Fayez. He gets a little touch on the wheels and drops to the back of the field as they make their way through. There's 2 carts exiting stage left. There's a big old kick up of dust and a lot of grass thrown onto the circuit. Looks more than likely, well, Laura Bubinova has dropped down to the back end of the field. And she might have gone a little bit off track going through out of turn number 3 on the exit thereof. So we've got just over 6 minutes to go. Some attempts being made. Hamza Al-Fayez is not hanging around. He is out for blood. Oh, dearie me. Tangle between Borlouet and Lucas Sells. And as all of a sudden, Armand Hamilton has to go avoiding exit stage left. And I'm wondering, was there a slight problem for Armand Hamilton? Because he went wide and then wiggled the car from left to right. So was there something amiss? Because that is unlike Armand Hamilton. Either it's go for broke or see whether anything happens. He just went wide and then all of a sudden he avoided what happened in front of him, but more to the point, he swung wide, so I don't know whether he had a slight issue that might have just been a little bit of a gremlin. But at the minute, Matej Radenkovic is running away with this one. So Borlouet nearly went riding over the back bumper of the 235 of Lucas Sells going through into turn number 1. Louet this time gets through neatly. And Lucas Sells' right rear bumper looks to be intact. As Archie Clark gets through on the 218 and Matthias Jellerup, that's for 6th place. Oh, Lucas Sells has just lost another place this time. And that is to Thomas Ingram Hill. Now, Thomas Ingram Hill started 6th, now up into 3rd. So Thomas is leading the train at the moment. Oh, bumping over the curbs. Armand Hamilton sends it up the inside. Through on the 2.29 of the UAE's August Raber. So with 4 1/4 minutes still to go. Radenkovic's lead after 2 laps was just over 7/10. So now it is a case of who is going to pick up the pieces, who's going to clean up the scraps on the dinner table when it comes to 3rd position. Well, at the moment, that is in the favour, that is in the hands of Thomas Ingram Hill. From Dan Holland Racing, the young Brit, who's got Lucas L right on his case. Good effort by Julian Kovacevic from Kraft Motorsport in the number 264. Oh, drama's there. And that was Lucas L's going over the right-hand side of Thomas Ingram Hill. It caused a bit of chaos behind. Dropping further positions, that is the 218 of Matthias Jaderup. Well, that just goes to show, again, drivers are just being... I think drivers are just getting a little bit too desperate for their own good. Josh Graham, however, that was up the inside of Noah Janssen. Textbook as an overtake you need. Now retaking the position away from Lucas Sells. That was 4th place as Thomas Ingram Hill tries to get through on Lucas Sells going through turn 3. He makes it stick. Kovacevic swarming all over the back of them. Tay Stevens gets through. Oh, dearie me. Now this is going to be a bit leery right about now. 2 wide. That's Ollie Wise versus Armand Hamilton through turn 6. And they're both off. They're both off through the kitty litter, through the gravel. Ollie Wise completely understandably frustrated at what just happened. Armand Hamilton saw a window of opportunity, sent it through, and they both went off exit stage left. And now it's all concertinaing. Joshua Graham is absolutely loving this. I think he's licking his lips like he's waiting for his Sunday afternoon roast when it's not a karting weekend. And now, Lucas Sells is behind Tay Stevens and is being chased. Oh, Lucas Sells back end steps out to the right-hand side under braking for turn 3. Nearly gives Julian Kovacevic an opportunity to get through, and that is now for 6th position on the road. Oh, more dust being kicked up through turn 4. That might have been the DHR cart that went through, possibly of Cameron Nelson. And there's more argy-bargy going through turn 7. No one's wanting to take an inch nor take a mile. Armand Hamilton stuck right in the thick of things, especially with Theo Palmer being right behind. There's also the 207 of Mathieu Saumaitre from France, also stuck between a rock and a hard place right now. But Radenkovic has just over a minute to hold on to that lead. There's Laura Bubanova battling away with Casper Nissen. That is for 13th position on the road. And Bubanova leaves the door open. Nissen nearly gets through. And Yellerup also tried to get past as well, but they both Danes unable to sort that out, and they can't sort it out between themselves. There's even more things going on at the front end of the field. More likely, the battle for 4th place between Thomas Ingram Hill and Tay Stevens. That's for 4th on the road. Lucas Sells and Julian Kovacevic. They've got to be patient. They've got to wait. August Raber is in 8th and is just in front of the young Jordanian Hamza Al-Fayez. 2 laps to go. Radenkovic has a 1.7 second lead. Tay Stevens trying to put the pressure onto Thomas Ingram Hill, but the Brit will not let the Dutchman dictate how that battle is going to pan out. Timer has now officially expired in the 6th and final junior Rotax heat. It's been heated on the track. The ambient air is 30 degrees Celsius, and Tay Stevens goes steamrolling, and he turns around Ingram Hill. Clatters right into the side. They interlock wheels, and Tay Stevens, oh my goodness me, that is, I'm sure that might be not exactly compass mentis there. Stevens went straight up the inside, and they tangled again and into the side pod. You can understand there's going to be frustration with Thomas Ingram Hill, but Matej Radenkovic is now bringing us on to the final lap of the race. And of all 6 junior Rotax heats, Josh Graham, primed to go for 7th. Folks, he started stone dead last. He's made up 12 places. The 298 had a dismal qualifying and has had to fight his way through into finals day. And what's more, with the performance he's shown, he's going to make it. But a few more corners remain. The day might belong to Casper Schormans, but the final heat is going to go to the driver that is the championship leader. It's going to be 3 wins for Casper Schormans, but 2 for Matej Radenkovic, who puts himself on the outside of the front row for tomorrow's pre-final. Winning the race by nearly 2.1 seconds. Bolowet takes 2nd. Archie Clark puts himself in the mix with a 3rd place finish. Lucas Sells, and congratulations to a great top 5 finish for Julian Kovacevic. Hamza Al-Fayez is ready for tomorrow. He finished in 6th ahead of August Raber. Joshua Graham, stone dead last to 8th. 12 positions gained. Well done, young man. Noe Janssen and Cameron Nelson ran out the top 10. It was close, but not close enough for Laura Bubanova, the Slovakian driver. She places in 11th ahead of Thomas Ingram Hill. Tay Stevens gets demoted out of the top 12, courtesy of a 5-second time penalty for the incident involving Thomas Ingram Hill, who gets promoted to 12th as a direct result. Casper Nissen finishes behind Armand Hamilton, who takes 13th place. Theo Palmer, Matthew Sormetra, Ollie Wise, Matthias Yellerup, Tay Stevens, and Sky Parker round out the 20-strong grid that all made it. I don't know how